I am great, super happy. Today we are talking about Holosim, and God knows how much I love to talk about Holosim.
Oh
So it's a
yeah.
good day, good day.
We will start by saying if you're not playing Holosim, you're missing out.
You are missing out the fun. You are missing out the fun, and
And we will
today
show you why.
you show you why. GM Chadex, GM Jindo, NDR, Neo, Mike, Crash, Brujo, Dominic Vane, Legend.
GM to
GM,
everyone. GM
GM
to
to everyone
everyone.
except Shaddix and Neo Armstrong.
GM to everyone except Nash to God.
GM Jitblade, Brujo, Agent Zolas, Vanguard. Bro, Vanguard is making moves, huh?
Man, Vanguard.
Anyone here Santi? Anyone here Santi?
Bro, no.
Oh. This is so fun.
Dude. Yeah, Vanguard is making moves like crazy. They recruited a bunch of OGs. Bunch of OGs going to Vanguard. Congratulations on that move, Agent Solace.
Yeah, Angel Solace
Looking solid.
has been cooking. Has been cooking.
Yeah. Thick, GM, Virtual. No
I
way,
like
I
it.
have not been silent all of 2025. I would say we've been holding back hype. But I think that's no longer going to be a thing very soon.
Yeah, yeah,
That's all I'm going to say.
yeah. Shit.
We've been holding that back. We've been
We
holding
have
that
been
back.
steady. We have been so steady.
We've been so steady, Jose.
Yeah.
So steady, but that will be changing. That will be changing for
I
sure.
think Shadow Moon, #1 in the leaderboard right now. GM.
Shadow Moon ranking first.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. But yeah, I think we can do cameras on for a bit here, at least. Only if I have my camera.
Think his camera bricked his computer, maybe? Oh no, he's
Yeah.
back.
No, no,
He's
no.
too
I'm here.
handsome. He's too
I'm
handsome.
here. Look at my background.
Bro, those
Look at it,
super
bro.
fights.
Look at my background. Best ship in the galaxy. Never got a single unit of utility since I bought it. I am down 90%, but we still support the Tufas. We
Bro, the
still
two of us
support
are
the
going to make
Tufas.
the greatest comeback this year, man. You guys are not prepared.
Yes. Yes. Dom has 39 favorite ships. That's true. Which one is your favorite ship this week, Dominic Bain?
Today? What's my favorite ship today? It's still the Opal Shark. It's still the Opal Shark, bro.
Bro, for real. He said
Bryce
the same thing
choosing
about
no,
the
no, no.
Calico. Yeah, he said the
Unreleased
same thing
ship,
about the
bro.
Calico Compact Hero.
Not the Calico Compact Hero, and then it's the Opal Shark.
Do we all agree that
He's
you cannot pick an unreleased ship?
Okay, all right, all
yes,
right, all right.
he's
No
using his
unreleased
privileges
ship, then
now.
it's Calico Compact Hero. Calico Compact Hero. There you go.
Calico Compact Hero.
This
Yeah,
week,
Yeah.
he's using
only this
his
week.
team members' benefits.
Yes.
The Opal Fart.
The Opal Fart. Powerful.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, we can get on the noteworthy news before getting on the main topic for today, which is going to be Holosim. So we will be talking today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be talking today about Holosim, but some cool stuff has dropped yesterday, or the day before actually, which is the latest information on COPA. We have COPA oncoming, the Council of Peace Assembly. If you don't know what it is a guild competition where guilds need to come with the presentation prepared, basically, where they will explain the value that they have added to the Stratus ecosystem. That can be via community tools, community building, growth, events, organization, and we'll have judges from the Stratus team looking at that and ranking them, basically. And there will be prizes for the top three. For the top three, they will get the first prize is a tier 3 CSS, second prize is a tier 2 CSS, and third prize is a tier 1 CSS. So you guys have all the information there. The deadline for submitting your presentations is July 17th, and we'll be giving more information closer to that date on the exact timing for Community Week as a whole. So you will be learning that very soon. But we wanted to give the information for COP in advance because we want you guys to be able to prepare the presentations and basically be ready for that. So thank you, John, for the link. Thank you, Xcode. You can go and check out the copa.stratus.com link where you can also submit your presentation and officially register for COPA. You'll have time until July 17th. And also another benefit is that everyone who submits a valid presentation, a good enough presentation, even if they don't make it to the final, if they don't make it to the final presentations, they will receive a direct communication channel between the Automata team and their guild leaders, basically. So they will be included into the Stratus Community Kitchen server for a direct communication line so we can better support anything you guys are building, any campaigns, we can do stuff together and just have ongoing conversations between team and guild leadership. I saw some questions in the chat. I think it was Agent Solace that was saying that we're judging community tools and what people have built. But that's not all. Like that's probably just one piece of it. If it looks like that, I want to clarify that it's just one piece. Like it depends on what you focus on as a guild also. Like maybe your strength is building tools. Maybe your strength is building community. So building community, look at that dog. Look at the dog.
It's Jack, boys and girls. He's a good boy.
Jack, first appearance in the Atlas Brew, I think.
Yeah, I doxed my dog.
Yeah, you dox your dog. Cute dog.
Hmm.
But yeah, so you guys at the Copa presentation, you can focus on whatever you like, whatever you think is your biggest strength. Like it can be building tools, it can be building community, it can be participating in events, it can be being active. So it's not like you have to be a community builder and build a bunch of tools. It of course adds to what you are presenting, but it's not the main criteria. So I just wanted to clarify that. It's all part of that. So also we'll be posting the Johnny Awards nomination form for you guys to start nominating whoever you want to win certain awards. And we'll have some different awards this year. I don't know the exact number, but this year at Johnny Awards, we will have the Committee Member of the Year award, Content Creator of the Year, Most Entertaining Video of the Year, Best Community Tool, Community Helper of the Year, Best IP Project and Business of the Year, Best Gunplay Player of the Year, Most Knowledgeable Community Member of the Year. Clarification on that one, you can nominate people there, but the top 4 nominees, they will compete live during Journey Awards on basically on a trivia challenge to see who knows the most about Star Atlas, who's the most knowledgeable on the latest for Star Atlas. So yeah, that as well. And then another one, maybe a spicy one, is the most popular guild of the year, voted 100% by the people. So yeah, little spoilers, you will get the form very soon. You will get the form very soon, if not today, this week. and you can start submitting your nominations. So that's the first noteworthy news. We need to speed up a little bit. Another thing that we just dropped is a video created by Dominic Bain. Dominic Bain, tell us what you cooked, brother.
Yeah, so we released another YouTube video on our channel. And this video, the goal of this video was just to kind of a quick high-level introduction into Star Atlas and kind of what it is, for that YouTube audience who may be fans of Star Citizen or other space games. And the goal there was to just educate them on what we are in a pretty short period of time, and then also answer some questions that they may have, like why are we using blockchain stuff, things that you guys know off the top of your head, just because you guys have been here for so long and you guys understand crypto, they might not understand in the same way. So I made a YouTube video centered around that. Here, I'll go ahead and actually link that. Where the heck is it? There it is. And if you want to go support and comment and like and share it, much appreciated. If you have any friends that may not know about Star Atlas or have questions about it, link them that video. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Not if you want, it's a must right now.
Yeah,
Click on
yeah,
that link,
exactly.
go give it a like, comment, help it with the algorithm right now. Right now. It's
Do
a,
your it's a civic duty.
yeah, the cosmic currents will reward you.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a good way to turn the cosmic currents in your favor.
It's true.
Dom, I think we will be posting a sneak peek, right? As well.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Little sneak
sir.
peek.
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, we do also have a new sneak peek for, God, I hope it processes. There we go. Palm and Soul Jetties. I can actually stream this for the people who are watching the YouTube VOD. 1 second. Let me turn on the stream. And so not only are you looking at where the jetty boost is actually going to come out of, which is your feet and your palms, you're also kind of getting a sneak peek into that there are going to be different tiers of these different things. So the progression that we've been talking about and that Chip has been talking about that's coming in the summer, it's going to be very exciting because you're not going to start with the best jetty boost. You're going to have to work your way up and you're going to have to level up, which is awesome.
Nice.
This is alpha. Alpha right there. Nice, I like it.
It's actually alpha, yeah. I don't think we
Yeah,
mentioned it
I
specifically for
I
it.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Maybe we
Dominic
did. I
Bain.
don't know.
Is that my
Maybe
first
it was
alpha of
alpha.
all time? Might be my first, bro.
I think it
Maybe.
was. I think it was. But also this week we have 2 more events, 3 more events actually. Tomorrow we have the Builder Hour. So if you are building anything in the Stratless ecosystem, whatever it is, if it's a business, if it's a tool, if it's anything, you can come share an hour basically with the other builders. We will be there as well. Like I will be there, Jose will probably be there, and we usually try to get some engineers in case there are engineering questions. It's a great event where everyone that is building stuff in Star Atlas join and they share what they're working on. It's one of the events that makes me feel the most bullish about Star Atlas, I think. When you see all the different people, real people, dedicated in real time to build stuff for the vision, for the community, to make this best we can, it's game changer. It's a game changer in how you perceive Star Atlas and its community. So if you want to join, I posted the link in the chat. You can mark us interested so you get a ping when we start. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. So
Yeah, it's super good for people, even if you're not a builder. It's super cool to see the people in the community
hmm
building stuff. Maybe one of them will inspire you to join them in one of their projects. Maybe you come up with idea to cooperate with them. So it's a must. I feel like if you are into Star Atlas, this will just renew your faith in everything that we are doing here in the long-term vision, and also maybe spark an idea for a new, I don't know, venture or something cool that you can work with other people here in Star Atlas. Must watch
true,
for sure.
true. And then on Friday we'll have the Galia game night, and we'll be doing a giveaway during that one where players will be able to earn. I think we will do a ship or a crew pack. I don't know. We will see. But if you participate, if you join a lobby, you're in for a little giveaway while playing Star Atlas together with us. So make sure to join on Friday, as always, same time. So yes,
Yeah,
going to be
win-win.
fun.
You get to be killed by us, and you also get prizes. Also,
Yeah,
another must attend. Very cool.
whoever kills Jose will get a prize.
Sure.
I'm sharing that
No
already.
one getting prize. No one getting a
No
prize.
one getting prizes. Yeah, F
It
in the
is what
chat.
it is.
But yeah, I think look at Steak, bro.
Look at Stick, bro. I need to
Counting the
humble Stick
money.
a little more.
Yeah. And then on on Saturday, we have the council office hours in case you guys want to join and check where what the council is working on, where DAO is going. And if you have any pips in the works, you can go ask for feedback from the council members. So yes, join them live. But yeah, we spent like 20 minutes in the noteworthy news as always. We need to go to the main topic for today, which is going to be Holosim. Holosim, Jose.
Yeah. Holosim, the youngest children in the Star Atlas ecosystem, but to be fair, one of the coolest gameplay loops that we ever developed.
True.
And we have some people here who have been playing with us Holosim. Hey Jindo, hey John, how you guys doing?
Hello,
Pretty
doing great.
good.
All good, all good. So, let's start by actually showing people what Holosim is all about. Just a second here.
Yes. I think
L-
I think it's underestimated how much is going on in Holocene right now. Like if you're not playing, if you're not checking the map, you're missing a lot of the action. Right, Jindo? You've been in there, Jindo, brother. You are locked in.
Dude, I don't know what people are doing, honestly. Like not playing Holosim right now is a bad move in my opinion. If you
Mhm.
have any interest in Sage in the future and you're not in Holosim, like realistically, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So
Wise words.
I just wanna open here by saying I play Holosim all day long because it's my job, and Jindo is still way higher than me on the leaderboard.
It's
So
insane. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I have
yeah,
to
the
True.
spend
streak.
my time protecting you currently because you keep dying to the oosters.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
It's
Sheesh.
true. It's true. Actually, yesterday the Thor fleet came and just obliterated my entire mining operation and all the ships I had protecting them, quote unquote protecting them. And I had to redo my entire operation because of it. It was pretty. It was game changing for me in a very interesting way. I had to completely redo my strategy because I had no more miners, and then all those miners were locked behind those contracts that we released, and I didn't have any of them. So it's like, okay, I guess
I guess I'll
Little
start from
setback.
zero.
I'm grinding out the quest line again. But
Yeah,
I'm happy to report that I have rebuilt my fleet, and they are
ready to die again, right, John?
well. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm ready to send out
Yeah.
these miners and get people to blow them up again. But look at this,
hmm
got the whole fleet coming.
So, guys, before we get to the juice here, let's give everyone here on the brew a brief introduction to what is Holocene overall. As you guys can see, Holocene uh, is a game mode similar to Sage in the terms of having the same three factions, having the same star-based positions, but I would argue that this is as far as Holocene looks like Sage. Holocene works under a set of different rules that makes the game um, faster and more, let's say, unhinged than Sage overall.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys can see, every faction is their own ecosystem, as just as it happens on Sage, but Holocene has those different rules that changes how the entire game works. And this first rule of Holocene is that everyone starts at the same spot with just a single ship, a few R4 resources, fuel, food, ammunition, and they need to grind their way through a quest system here that unlocks how the game works. The first line of quests that we have in Holocene, they teach you how to play the game, and this is a really cool onboarding tool for Sage Star-based as well, because every mechanic that you learn here allows you to play Star-based. By the time that you end this tutorial, you know pretty much every mechanic that you need to know to play Sage, but we also have a huge quest line here in the storyline part that allows you to explore the universe of Star Atlas, doing all sorts of missions and leveling up your your player profile, your council ranks, and unlocking new
Mm-hmm.
mechanics in game. So, for example, uh, if you go here, I'm on the, let's say, my dev account here. Oh, so I am level 1, so I can show you guys that most of my things here are capped by level. Can you guys see here? For me to, I am unable to craft aerogel, for example, because it requires level 20. I am unable to craft crystal lattice because they are level 40. I'm unable to do electronics because they are level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So as you do quests in Holocene, you gain XP, you gain access to new ships, you gain access to new crafting recipes, you gain access to different features in game, like the automation mechanics that you have in Starbase being done by Sly, by Atom. You have some of those mechanics here in Holocene, but this progression changes everything because now you have players competing to be here in this massive leaderboard that is loading right now. Load leaderboard. Here we go. You can see Jindo and Lernor, who are here with us today, fighting for the first spots of this leaderboard together with Jesus. Why did I click out of the leaderboard? Fighting to achieve the highest ranks in the leaderboard and try to fulfill the main mission of Holocene, which is managing to uh, fulfill all the contracts for their faction. Every starbase in Holocene has different contracts that the players collectively need to fulfill in order for their faction to win the game. So, as the factions fight, as the players level up and gain access to those new recipes, they will start contributing more and more to this objective of fulfilling all the contracts that they need to win the race. Right now, every one of the factions They are very close. I think John might have those numbers for us, but they are fighting for in this race to fulfill all those contracts. And the cool spin here is that it's not just about you fulfilling contracts, but it's also about you protecting your faction and trying to hinder the development of the other factions in game. So as I'm showing you guys here now, you guys can see a player from the Oni faction. He's sending his Suicide Squad fleets to a mud starbase.
So,
Those
Jose,
fleets, hmm,
is it
tell me,
true
Santi.
that Oni is getting destroyed in there?
It is true. It is true.
So,
I
so I
mean,
want to hop in and say that the
yeah,
tides are
Jindo, you
turning.
know,
The tides are
Oh,
tell
are
us.
turning.
they?
Booster is starting to decay, and Oni's got a force building up.
I just
Okay.
found Empress Peach fleet here running, going back to their star base in the inner systems. But yeah, Jindo, tell us a little bit how you see the different factions work in Holosim right now.
Who's winning, Jindo?
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't biased at all, but Mud is honestly dominating. For the biggest thing I think that's serving to Mud advantage right now is we have ruthless pirates, and they're just constantly out tapping miners, just all the time, miners. So that's
yeah,
huge for the Mud. But I think the teamwork in Mud is a little bit more advanced than the other teamwork. The Mud has had a Discord server for some time that's been Mud only, and we just popped up a Holosim channel when Holosim came out, so the communication just carried straight over into that, and I think that's been tremendously helpful.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. You can see here the mud space actually has more fleets. Like it's clear to see that the muds have more fleets moving. At this point, they are more spread to the medium zone as well. You see a higher concentration of Ustrus and Onis, at least the supply chains here in their safe zones. But yeah, Holocene it's very interesting because another important thing that I didn't say on this brief explanation of how Holocene works is that in Holocene you can have 4 different career specializations. And each one of those specializations they unlock certain ships for you to craft. So we have merchants, and they are linked with ships with more cargo space, things like the sledge bard, the pack light, the calico shipit. We have the combat specialization or soldiers who have ships that are strictly fighter ships like the Ogrica Meek, the Thursik, the Tripid. You also have the miners who have the ships from the Armstrong line, the chips, the taps, the imps. And finally, we have the data runners who have specialize in SDUs and fulfilling the data contracts that are one of the hardest contracts to fulfill in game.
Hmm.
And what to piggyback on what Jindo is saying, when you start destroying too many of the miners of the other faction, this delivers a blow to their supply chains because this way they are unable to keep their R4 production and their contract production ongoing. And this severely hits them and diminish their capacity to craft new ships and also to redeem contracts that they need to win this race. So the Muds targeting the miners of other factions is surely a strong blow to their capacities to compete in this race.
True. True. And I've seen different wars going on. I check the whole Sim channel pretty often, and dude, it's so strategic from what I see. Like some players are taking some big risks, like going deep into enemy territory, trying to destroy a couple miners, but then that faction responds very quickly and they destroy them. I mean, it's so much fun to see that in real time. And if you check it in the map, like there are constant strategic moves happening in Holosim. Like if you go to the borders, they're just there, right? If
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
to the
just
borders,
showing.
you can see some firepower in the mod
Exactly.
borders, right?
Yeah, you see those guys like here. This guy has 936 docket here. This one has 5 Ogrica tripids. Here we have the Council of Peace fleets, but we have big fleets as well. We have people with 936 data
Hmm.
runners. In the Oni side here, for example, look at this base. Like you have a lot of capital ships here, cargo ships, Finbush, Butchs. This is
Yeah.
firepower that's just waiting for someone to invade their space to counterattack them or to try to seize their fleets, get some loot, you know?
Is
We
Oni
have
sitting
those
on firepower there as well, Jose, in their bases? Let's see.
yes. Yeah, yes, we have those guys
Oh,
here in Oni on the frontier here. Those frontiers here, there's always trouble here. Those star bases here, and you can see that the map has a couple of those situations, like this mud, the Pavo Passage here has this ongoing war between muds and usters.
Sector's on fire, dude. Hey guys.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Welcome,
Larinor,
welcome, welcome, Lerinor.
yeah, I want Larinor to share some of his adventures because Larinor has been very active in this piece of the map here, right, Larinor?
I am really enjoying this, like big time. Like let me start with one thing. I have at least 3 or 4 times had my alarm go off to do something on Sage, look at it and say, fuck that. Like I'm busy with Holosim. Like that's how engaged I am in
Crazy.
this.
This is crazy.
It's
This is
crazy.
very
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah. So like a few impressions. When it started, my main initial goal was like, because like immediately after we had like Sly Assistant being ported and all the stuff, and I'm like, do I want to do this? So I started like, no, I want to see how far I can get just being active. I mean, not crazy active, but active. And this is extremely rewarding to being active because warping is so much better. You get to protect your miners. You get to kill pirates that are trying to go for your faction's miners. It's very, very, very engaging, very rewarding. Everything is fast paced, but you can just like, all right, I'm gonna be busy for the next, I don't know, 12 hours. You just stock everything, put your crew to crafting, protect yourself. So there's ways to not be completely destroyed, but just doing not going to the safe zone. And I could go on about like so many specifics and details, but it's a very, very fun experience. Combat is really strategic and tactical, like really, really strategic.
Chess. It is chess.
It's really, really interesting. Like how cooldowns play a factor, how warp ranges play a factor. Even now, we were testing me and Jindo this morning. We were testing like how effective it is to mix different types of ships to get different reload times on the fleet. Because bigger ones have, especially the capital ones, they have a longer reload, much longer reload, but they hit harder. So I mean, all this kind of stuff. If you're not playing this, you're missing out big time for many reasons. For I mean, mainly because it's just fun, but it's definitely a good glimpse at how combat is going to happen at C4. I'm sure it's going to be a little different because
Mhm.
ships move differently, different speeds and everything, but the whole mechanics of it definitely going to, some of it is going to be
Yeah.
similar, and anyone not playing this is falling behind for sure. We were talking about this earlier at Holosim chat. By the way, that's the busiest chat room in the Discord, so if you need someone to get your attention, just go there. Everybody's there doing something.
And something that we must say
And
here we are super thankful for the Holocene community because Jindo, Larinor, the rest of the Holocene pros, those guys are there 24/7 helping people with bugs, telling them
Yeah.
about the class.
Yes.
So huge shout out
True.
to our community in Holocene. Those guys they
Yeah,
have been
man.
Iris
Yeah,
work to
and
help us.
I need to say this, and I'm sure Jinto's here. I don't know if anyone else from the players is, but bro, John, aka Xcode, is a fucking MVP for this shit because he's
He's a
constantly
legend.
listening. Seriously, man, like constantly listening and reading, getting feedback, adjusting stuff. It's not just like shoving things down our throats. Like we want this to be like this. It's like, what if we do this? What you guys think? And then we just like theory craft it for some time, and then like I don't know, 20 minutes later, it's there. Like it's constantly being updated. Being bugs are being getting fixed like super quickly. It's man, like I'm taking my head off for you guys. Really, really engaging. Really, really, really nice job. And I'm shutting up.
Nice.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lerner.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
And I have a question here for Larinor and Jindo. You guys, after you guys have played combat here in Holocene, are you guys worried about the future of automation in Star Atlas and bots? Or do you think the combat that we have with those mechanics that we have right now in Holocene, how the bot will the bots be able to survive real
Bro.
combat?
I'm
I'll
I'm
let
looking to collect
Jindo
like
speak.
yeah, I'm looking at like 20 million SDUs in the first week of C4 that I'm trying to collect because the bots are gonna have no chance. And that's
No
something that you
chance.
notice big time with Holosim for me is you can try to stack your fleets however you want, but the AFK player is always going to lose to the active player no matter what is happening.
True.
So if you're AFKing in Sage, you're going to lose to a player that's active, and your fleet size doesn't really matter. If they come in with 10 fleets, you're going to lose your bigger fleet to their smaller 10 fleets.
Yeah,
That's epic.
Yep. And not just that, like it's uh because Holocene there's no like territory conquest in that. So C4 is gonna bring this to next, not next level, next level. Because then it will be all about like I don't know, securing zones so you can scan in those zones without being targeted. But then other people are just gonna conquer zones, and it's gonna be crazy wild.
Yeah, I
But
personally
yeah,
don't think
just
it will kill like mining automations. I think that will still be a heavy thing, but as far as scanning
yeah,
is concerned, I think that's gonna
scanning.
be a
Yeah.
lot harder.
Yep.
I wanna give a quick shout out here to GA Mountain. He's looking for trouble, guys. This guy is subwarping here to the frontier of Mud and Oni territory with one Bombarella, four Tripids, and a Herb.
He wants
So
blood.
He's
he's
gonna
coming for
die.
blood.
He's gonna
He's
die.
Let's see if something happens. NDR. We have
Woo!
NDR from Oni here. We
Yeah,
have
we have
NDR from
yeah,
Oni.
NDR. Come
Oh
on.
Hello
yeah.
guys,
Hey,
hello.
bro.
Hey man,
How
how are
are
you
you?
doing?
Doing
Okay,
great,
Fine,
man. And
fine.
you?
Playing Holosim, and uh, I forgot to play Sage. You know,
Oh yeah, totally. I'm right there with you, brother.
it takes a lot of time to be present in Holosim, and I sometimes forget to make my operations in Sage. And yeah, I I started playing lately. I mean, l- the first 1 2 weeks I wasn't quite active, but later duty called. you know, there was some raids on Oni from both Ustur and Mat, and yeah, we needed to pack together, get our strengthened, and do our job to protect Oni. So we are here now, and we have come quite good actually in just like 1 week. So
yeah,
we are we are
Yeah,
now
only
just not
organized for
like
sure.
yeah we are just not like an easy pick for both Ustra and Mat. So Uh, Actually, whoever attacks us here in Oni uh, got responded, uh, and I don't know. Maybe you are aware of this, but many of the fleets have been taken out from Holosim of Mud and Ussurs. I don't know if you are aware.
Yeah, we see the results of this combat. Actually, I don't know if it is because we are showing fleets here, but I see people taking their miners away from the from the frontiers right now. Like a lot of miners have moved out from the frontiers here during the brew. I have been watching. I mean, people sending combat fleets to the borders. This is interesting.
The border gameplay is amazing to watch.
Yeah,
So strategic.
like
Yeah,
even the cop fleets are moving now.
I had to set up a wall that kept picking off our gold miners on the east side. So Weeping Nebula has a line straight out of its east and west now that gets crossed, and I come out.
I think there's like Jindo is doing that for Mud. I'm doing that for Uster, but we're just one person, so every now and then people get through. Like yesterday, we had like this crazy chasing. Like some guy from Moni came to Enfoil States, MRZ 15, tried to kill miners. What's his name? Like I forgot his name. Damn it, Dervina. And just like came with bombers and shit. Like I'm like, oh shit. I was like crafting stuff and mining. I was like, oh fuck that. I disbanded everything, formed 6 combat fleets, and like, fuck, if I die, I die. Just went after him. I went all the way, I'm not kidding, to Everstorm. Check that distance.
Jesus.
On
Jesus.
warping.
Everstorm? Hold on.
Not kidding. Check
No,
that.
he's on
Jindo was laughing. I came
here.
from Manfoil States,
Here.
Booster,
Look at what he did. He started here. He came
and I
all the way
went
here.
warping to, it was like Free Harbors and Everstorm, like both. Like on warp. So by the time I realized, like, fuck, I need to move back.
You came to Kamek. You came to Kamek.
Kamek here?
Yes, it was that. It was that.
Yes.
Bro,
I was watching.
look at the journey. Look at the journey. He started here.
And there was
And now I
By the
nobody
way-
understand.
there.
Look at the star base here. Look at Enfoil States right now. There are 2 Bombarellas and a fleet. Other 2 Bombarellas here, 5 Tripets here. Bro, the Usurers bumped the security here. So he
Bro,
moved it. Let's zoom
no
out
sh-
a little bit here. This was his journey.
and just to make it clear, this wasn't subwarping, it was warp.
This is
Like
crazy. Man.
I spent like I think 9 million fuel on the whole trip.
This is crazy.
So when I got there, I was like, fuck, I need to go back. So I checked subwarping to the Lumic base, which is 27, and
Yeah,
I would
here.
land there with 3% fuel. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back. If somebody hits me on the way back, that's it.
Man, this is
It
wild.
was
Nice.
so crazy, so wild.
Yeah, it
So
was good.
I have a wider question here for the group that we have on stage and for people in the chat as well. But what do you think is the best thing about Holosim? What is going great with Holosim? What is it that you enjoy the most from what you've been playing? Bohemian
I
says
think
Border
to
Wars.
me, I think
Yeah,
to
Larry
me,
Darkroom.
it's how rewarding it is to being active. Like this is no, there's many great things about it, but I think that's the number one for me. It's like if you are active and play it properly, you are gonna go higher in the ranks and get rewarded, get a better fleet, get resources, and get stuff.
Yeah, I was actually going to say something similar because, I'm in Sage world or in the real asset side, I'm nowhere near a whale, but on Holosim, Larinor and I both are being called whales. And it's like, it's just because we're active. So the active player has become the whale instead of the person that has more money. It's
Nice.
Yep.
I like that.
This is super cool.
I like that.
And I like the collaboration with the faction, strategic
True.
moves, and collaboration.
Yeah, the
Yes.
faction
That's
chat. This is also something very important that for me it's a game changing. Like you have people every whenever you need help from your faction, you just come to the chat and you see people talking, uh, discussing strategy, getting together to do missions for your faction. You can ask people for support if you don't understand a quest or if you need help with something. Players are super helpful. The quest and communication in Holosim plays a huge part of the game fun as well. This is what I have been seeing.
So I want to jump in about the chat real fast because I personally forget about it all the time and I don't even remember it's there. I think the chat would be more useful if it was up all the time like an MMO. If like when you log into World of Warcraft, you see the chat, you start talking to your friends in guild chat or in world chat. If we had that in the Holosim, I think the chat would become a lot more used.
Like a tab here in the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
where
maybe
we'd have to figure out placement on it because stuff pops up in different parts of the screen when you click on different things. But if the chat was always visible,
just,
a transparent visible, I think it would just be more useful to everybody.
or even just start by making it blink when people send a message, just so you check it. Like that would help.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Give me 20
a
minutes.
little.
Oh,
Give me 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'll get it.
give me 20 minutes. He's
yeah, awesome.
cooking.
I told you, man. Oh, by the way, just to prove this is live action, I actually just ran into a bug in one of the quests, John. Not kidding.
I believe you. I believe you.
It's a
Yeah,
beta testing.
I'll type it. I'll type it later. But yeah.
Yeah,
We have Jim on stage. Jim, you raise your hand, brother.
Yeah, don't start Xcode. I'm more than 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Live action, live developer
Yeah,
action here,
this is
guys.
What I
this is
meant
how it
was
works
Jim's
in
been working on it
Holosim.
for 3 days, and we can have it up. When can we have it up, Jim?
Awesome.
End of the day.
I'm trying to debug it right now. Like I'm
I'm putting him on the
literally, I was
spot.
like, don't do this. By the end of Atlas Brew, I might be able to show like it actually working. So
this is
Awesome.
exactly
I
what
love this.
Larinor was talking about earlier, though. I realistically have played Holosim anywhere from 16 to 20 hours a day since it came out, and every time I've tagged Xcode, he responds. It's insane. No
Dal
matter
is in the
what time
chat
of
for
the
the
day.
Holosim team. Dal is in the chat for the Holosim team. You
Yeah.
guys don't imagine how hard these guys are working right now. Like really.
Yeah.
We actually
There's a
had to
few.
send John away.
Yeah. I did. I needed to take a step away today.
It was
But
like,
I'm back
dude,
now.
go to your family, dude. It's Sunday. Fuck it.
They didn't see them the whole since Holosim was deployed. John's children don't see him. His wife is
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah, he told me he was going to have family time, and then he responded in a separate thread about some bugs.
We are his family
Bugs
now.
are family. Bugs are family now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, let's talk about what is maybe not going so great. Like, is it something that you guys feel should be improved or changed from the experience as a whole? Anything that you don't really like from Holosim? Anyone can take this one.
I don't think the tutorial is very guiding in the beginning. I think new players still struggle too early up front to figure out things that they need to do. And I know Zesk and I have talked personally about having the save feature built into the tutorial, but a lot of people are losing their games because they don't know how to save or they don't know that they need to. And if that gets
Yeah.
built into the tutorial, I think that'll be huge.
Yeah. I literally added this today to the tutorial. In the
But
next match
another
will
thing
be
I was
live.
saying, like, oh, there's a check-in for a lot of quests too, like the multi-part quest where you check in. And right now, a lot of people don't know they have to check in for a quest, so they'll do something and they'll see the progress complete on that part, but they don't know that they need to go to the quest and actually check in for it. So then they end up doing it again, trying to get it to show complete.
Oh, I
There's
see.
just a few things like that with the quests and the
Yeah.
tutorial in general that I think could use a little bit of work, or maybe like more Like the glowing effect that we get for the daily. I think that would be good to pop up on a quest anytime you have it completed. Or to even pop up on the tooltip in the top right corner where it shows your active quest. If that, when you actually completed it and could check in or complete, I think that should have a glowing border. So people
Yeah,
are
if we
like
could,
drawn.
maybe if we could click here to claim or complete, that would be something cool as well, right?
Yeah, that would be good too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
maybe we
as
do
far as
that.
everything else, that's been the only kind of struggle for me. And you got Zesk specifically knows, I got a girlfriend that plays too, and she's not like a super hardcore gamer or a crypto person at all. So I've seen it from both sides. From my side, a lot of things were easy in the beginning, but she pointed out a lot of stuff that a newbie will probably have problems with. So
Yeah, no, this is awesome feedback for us. Help us improve the product, make things
Mhm.
better.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I would add one thing that is more like because we can go on about specifics and details and tweaking and say, hey, this type of ship could use less crew and that, but that's not like design criticism. It's just like adjusting, and it's going very well so far. Like it's being balanced constantly. But I don't know. I think I would like to see at some point just and I don't know how it would be, how easy it would be, how feasible it would be to implement it, but some sort of catch up mechanic for new players to be able to be relevant even if they join like 3 weeks later,
Mhm.
uh, or even like a faction catch up mechanics. Let's say like Oni was falling behind, and then I don't know, Onis get like a 5% increase to mining rates, and then when it catches up, uh, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to go
yeah.
into
So I have a
like
couple.
numbers and
I've got
shit.
I've got a couple thoughts on catch-up mechanics. One
Awesome,
that we
awesome,
implemented by mistake, or just took a while to get implemented, which was that the tutorial awards crew when you finish it.
nice.
All of you guys that are on the leaderboard went through that whole thing with no extra crew, just that 21 a
Yep,
day. And now you get a substantial bonus to the crew as you progress through the storyline. And so that is
nice.
acting as a catch-up mechanic for people that start now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we that started early don't have access to those 70 or so crew that are in there. So that's one thing. The tutorial only takes 2 hours to complete, and you get a 70 crew bonus. And then the other side is things like adding ships to the marketplace that are available through Atlas. Means that people with Atlas can get in, and there's a team effort there. There's a guild effort there. Like a lot of us are playing this as an individual in a big, as a small fish in a big pond, and I see the people being the most effective as the ones that are like, I'm top 10. I have all this extra stuff. I could literally give my girlfriend or my brother a few ships, and then the two of us could work together on this. So there's going to be there has to be resources and ships and production moving from the players that have the most to those that don't, and I think that's going to become more natural as people realize, hey, like I could give this to a friend or a guild member, or even put it on the marketplace for, I don't know, a few Atlas,
Use
and
in your
as long as
faction,
somebody in my
yeah.
faction gets it, they'll that will actually boost the okay, I'm gonna tell a story. I used to play World of Warcraft back in like 2007, 2008, and a friend of mine got me involved, and he said I showed up day one. I'm a new undead rogue. I have no idea what's going on, and he shows up on his mount, and he gives me a full inventory of bags, right? Like the biggest bags you could make in the game at that time, and like 100 gold. And he's like, here. I had no idea how big of a gift that was because it was my first day. And then as I played, I realized, hey, if I didn't have any inventory space, I wouldn't be able to do anything. It's going to be the same in Sage and in Holosim. Like the factions that want to achieve the objectives will need to work together to achieve those objectives. It isn't really about the one that has the most players. It's really about those that work the best together, I guess is what I'm getting at. At least that's
Yeah, I
how.
agree.
Yeah.
100%, John. And Holosim is actually the quest line. It steers you towards that direction. If you pay attention to the lore and etc., the game wants you guys to cooperate for your faction to win. It's not about you winning, it's about the whole faction, the people under your care or that you cooperate with winning as well. And this is a very important lesson for C4 as well, because in C4, it will become very clear the limits of an individual in game. I mean, Holocene starts showing this to you now, but C4 brings this to another whole level with the amount of resources, battlefronts, and etc. that the game has. Man, it's impossible to get far without the support and cooperation with other people. I mean, you can do your thing, you can chill and etc. But if you want to aspire to great things, you need people to be with you. And it's like that in everything that humans do, and we are no exception here. You need your friends, you need to build up your faction, your cooperation with your deck, with your people, in order to do great stuff. This is the lesson here.
Yep, the ones that are communicating right now are building the strongest. You can just see it just in like even in chat though. People are publicly tagging each other right now in a chat, which I'm sure will die out some once it's not in beta. I know for one, I won't be saying everything that I'm doing in public chat once beta's over, like I am currently.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the
But
competition is on,
what
right?
I'm getting at is I've seen more and more people from the factions starting to get to that point where they're, they're hitting up the people that are taking charge and they're finding out what they need to be doing to help their faction grow.
Bro, this is crazy. People are mining with capital ships in the safe zone. Super cool.
I think GM
Don't
actually cooked on the chat live. I think GM,
don't tell them,
do
but
you have?
mining with capital ships is a giant waste of ammo. So
No, but he
the
has the Armstrong. He has the Armstrong capital.
oh, he does.
He's Yeah, he has the imp.
Well, that's a different story.
I want that. How can I get that?
Yeah, that's a different story. No, we need the dailies. We've got daily quests coming soon, and they're gonna have
Yeah,
permits.
this is coming
And you'll have
today
to
as
save
well,
up
right, John?
permits.
Or maybe tomorrow.
I gotta check with Kane. I'm not sure if it's today or tomorrow.
I have one thing that you asked about, like things that could be improved. I mean, leaderboards are just leaderboards. It's just like a number, but it motivates people. And when you like, if you lose like a day, you're done basically because everything is capped, but capped on a daily limit. So I don't know how that could be fixed. I was just reading the chat. I think Pseudo mentioned the same thing.
So we could uncap that. I'll need to calibrate. I'll just need to calibrate the amount of XP you can get in a day.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe a way would be to, instead of uncapping, make the cap being the maximum total you could earn by playing since the first day.
I mean, I
I don't
honestly
know.
think that's going to push people farther the opposite way. Like right now, there's a
Yeah,
cap, so all the top players have a max they can earn a day. If I have unlimited XP, I'm about to shoot off the top of the chart.
so
Yeah.
there's
I
another side
would
to
go
that
like
too.
wildly. Yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other side of that is that it may be the case, but if someone, if you go all in on something, on a combat mission or whatever, and you get wrecked, that you could be a leader that drops off the board for a few days because you don't have the fleets. Like I'd like to see that type of competition knock people off the leaderboard rather than this unlimited XP thing. And I also like I'm neutral on automation. Like I think automation is a good part of gameplay. And I also think that like people should have like healthy habits, and you shouldn't spend all day. And so the automation helps you
Yeah.
helps your fleet stay engaged, and lets the human part take a step back and enjoy life. And then you can come in, you can play for 1 or 2 hours a day. So I'd really love it if you got the most XP and the most engaging gameplay out of a few hours a day, and then let the thing go in the background, and you don't feel like you're losing ground to people. For those that really want to climb the leaderboard and stay at the top, yeah, you're gonna have to hit the XP cap, and you're gonna have to be strategic and not get destroyed, because you'll end up not being able to play.
We are
So
about to witness an ambush here, people.
Yeah, I
A
actually
daring
really
ambush.
like that too. Like a value, like your leaderboard score also averages in your value asset of your current fleets somehow.
okay, that's that's a good point. And just for clarity, the leaderboard is 2 sets of XP. License XP, which is everything in the list, is on chain, and the leaderboard, which is your quests, is an off chain, and it runs in Galaxy system. And then a third system that isn't implemented yet, but is active in the UI, are the expertise quests. And the expertise quests have their own reward, XP reward, or what is it? What's the exact word? Well, you can see, like, it says
Elite.
novice, fighter, and then there's a number above that. And so you're actually climbing ranks within the combat expertise quest system. And so that, mixed with your license XP, is gonna provide a leaderboard for combat people, right? So we'll have combat leaderboards, and we'll have data running leaderboards, and then the global one is a sum of all of those things. And so I'd like to see in the future, I'd like to see different prize pools, different allocations for different leaderboard positions. I'd also really like to see, I'm just spitballing here, I'd really like to see players be able to create a group together. Like, we have the DAC platform, and I don't know if we want to have all the DACs fighting against each other. We do want to represent them, but we want to make, I would love to make like 5-player teams where a DAC would say these 5 players are a team, and you would see them in a team leaderboard sort of thing, and you could choose who the 5 people you wanted to play with were. That's kind of something else I've been toying with. I think those would offer, I think having expertise specific leaderboards, as well as the global one, as well as like a team leaderboard, would make it really, really diverse. And then you'd see people, obviously you'd see some overlap in them, but you'd have an opportunity to shine anywhere. That a team that's, you know, all in the top 10, 20 kind of thing, they could get together and easily be number 1 if the top player couldn't find other
I
people
love this.
to work with, sort of thing. So yeah, want to encourage people
Mhm.
to, healthy habits, team activities, a lot more specialization and expertise, and I think that's where we'll add more ships in the future as well. So
I'd like to add something here that
sure.
would make a lot of help for healthy habits.
Yep.
We need automation for crafting.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt, but we just saw Bob ambush someone in Oni territory. GG to tips, and he's going for the next batch. Someone got wrecked.
That's
2
funny.
loots, 2 ships died.
Yeah.
This is
So to
Holosim.
your point, adding crafting automation probably wouldn't be a huge lift, and being able to assign a crew member to just craft ammo whenever ammo was available, or whenever copper was available, something like that, would be pretty low lift. And I don't mind the crafting game. I do spend quite a bit of time lining up my crafts, and I do them with a 24-hour sort of delay. Whatever I'm crafting today is going to get finished tomorrow. I don't try and rush through it unless I'm really low on something.
Not in the leaderboard, dude.
No, that's true. That's true.
Sorry.
So, but in my opinion, though, putting automated crafting in there would make a bigger gap between between those. Well, I don't know.
Maybe just for, I don't know, R4. Maybe just make R4 automatable
So
instead of all the
so
things. I don't know. Just a
you're
thought.
yeah. So I really want to see people specialize in crafting and harvesting and being merchants and like selling. Like I almost for half of the time I've played Holosim, I've just exclusively bought R4. I haven't made it myself. I've like turned off all my mining stuff and been like, I'm just going to buy it all from now on and see if I can survive. And that's actually worked quite well until all the copper was dried up and there was no ammo anywhere in the in the game for like 2 days, and I had to go back to mining. But yeah, I'd really like to see the economy be the backstop for people, and then but yeah, I would consider adding some basic
Hey,
crafting
Xcode,
missions as well. Yes.
can I ask a question to the guy who just asked that? So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious, and this is just completely my own thought, does not represent Star Atlas in any way, shape, or form. But would people be willing to pay like $5 one time to unlock automation features like crafting, where you could craft by hand without paying, but if you wanted to have automated crafting and crew, then they would be willing to put up. I'm just kind of curious.
I would do that, but not everybody is me.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Two people said no in the
So
chat.
we were discussing like potential monetizing avenues for Holosim, and I'm like, I'm not part of the team or anything, but as a player and gamer, I would love to not see this become like a microtransaction ocean, because it would totally ruin the experience. But I don't know, having a few features unlocked through a one-time payment that's not high, like $2-3 for automation, and then I don't know, VIP level that gets you, instead of 20 crew per day, get you 31, something like that.
Yeah, so
That could be interesting. That would be interesting.
Battle Pass, for example.
Yeah, that would pass, and not a game breaking, but kind of like gives you an edge, and also get you guys paid for it. Like something like that.
I personally live on the opposite side of the automation thing. Like, so it's kind of, I have a weird answer to this. The question about paying for it to get it, I would, because it's there and it's an advantage. But I'm totally against putting the automation of crafting in general and scanning in Holosim at all. I just don't think it's necessary. I think that is one of the things that's giving the active players the biggest advantage right now, is not having those basic automation features. And we already have mining, which is a huge one. Like, you can collect all your materials without worrying about playing ever. You could put them all in the safe zone or the close MRZ bases and never have to do anything, and then just craft
Would
manually.
you pay to put a bounty on a specific fleet?
If you could pay $1 to put a bounty on Santi's fleet on Holosim, would you do it? That's the question.
See, I'm the wrong person to ask for that, because I would just go kick Santi's ass. I don't need to put a bounty up for it.
To collect the bounty.
That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
go.
I'll sit down
Double
here quiet. That's a good
Yeah.
answer.
But if someone said, I think it was Shaddix, I would be willing to pay for cool cosmetics. Like, if we could see our ships in game and we could buy skins and stuff for our game or for our ships in Holosim, I would be buying that up all day.
Yeah, if you have a different symbol for your fleets, like a big J for Jindo instead of a circle, would you buy it?
Oh yeah, dude, I love cosmetics. I would. You see a big J floating across the map, you know you're screwed.
Exactly.
One last thing, Xcode.
Yeah.
Are you planning to add some kind of notification for such attacks or nearby enemies, something like this?
Yeah. So Brave Target and I were chatting about that last night. And it was because of that incident that I had at MRZ5 yesterday. I was there. I was actively managing fleets scanning around MRZ5, and some Ooster fleet flew in there while I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even recognize that it was an enemy flying into the base, and he took out 3 of my taps and 1 of my scanning fleets, and he took out both of my attack fleets. Like all of my attack ships basically were all wiped out. And so I was like, I watched the distress beacons coming up on my screen. I was like, what? Like, where am I being attacked? It was literally on the base right beside me. And I didn't recognize that that was what was happening. And by the time I did, they were all dead and he was on his way back. And I thought to myself, we need better notifications on screen when you're being attacked, and we need to see combat as it happens in the map. So first, like, low hanging fruit is anytime there was combat, that we could light the tile up and just say there's combat on this tile. And it would be similar to the way the scanning screen lights up when you scan an area. It changes color on the tile or whatever. We could have like a bomb, or I don't know, an icon, a rip icon on the screen, and that's going to draw people's attention to combat zones. And then we do need some kind of notification. Maybe it's through the chat. Maybe it's through the pop-up indicators that haven't been. We need to rework the toast notifications. They've just been silenced right now. But maybe you literally get a pop-up on your screen that says this fleet at this location is being attacked. And then in the same vein, I think combat ends too quickly. I think that ships, and I'm hearing this from other people in the community, I think ships die a little too quickly. It doesn't give you time to react. It's like someone comes in and you're dead, sort of thing. So, yeah, so maybe making ships a little bit tankier, maybe having better notifications across the board so that you can see where hotspots are. But without anything that's going to like I want attackers that are willing to take that risk have that element of surprise. I think that's great. But when my stuff's getting blown up, I need to know, like, it needs to be on the screen, like, so I can deal with it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
John, on that matter, I've played a few games, those like Kingdom versus Kingdom games, and like Travian, that kind of stuff. And usually there's like a warning, like a blinking red somewhere when something is moving toward your base or your village or your something. That would be interesting. Even if it's coming from far away or something, that could actually create some mind games and psyops, like just sending like a one air bike to an enemy base to make it blink, get people alerted, and then you attack another base or something. But it would be an interesting feature just to get that, like, I don't know, 30 seconds warning when a fleet is warping towards your base, just so you can, I don't know, dock or do something.
I think something that I would like more would be like when they are one system away from you, you get the notification.
That
You know?
too. Yeah.
Because it's
but
like,
then, like,
holy shit,
bro,
it's coming, but you don't have time to,
dude,
I just subwarp to the other side of the world. No, it's like it's
man,
on,
yeah.
it's starting, get ready.
Yeah.
I think this.
Maybe if it's a warping fleet, because warp one system away, one sector away from in warp is like, I don't know, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. It wouldn't make any difference, but it's like maybe warping.
Two sectors
Somebody
there.
warping would flag it, because warping, even the capital ships, if they're warping with 13 range or something, that's like 25 seconds. It's still like very little. So that could give you like those 20 seconds just to, I don't know, stop automation on miners, dock them or something.
Two
Nice.
sectors.
Santi, can you give
nice.
screen share capabilities to Jim? Is that possible?
I think he has. Just
Let
say
me-
needs to
let me
start
close.
streaming, I
Let
think.
me. Yeah, I
Okay.
close.
Let's do that. But let's theorycraft and do some banner notification stuff
I
here.
love doing stuff absolutely live while being in development. So let me know when you guys can see
Honestly,
my
this is
screen.
the way. This is how Holosim has been built, guys. It's literally
yeah,
like,
man.
hey, what do you guys want? Okay, let's go make it while we're talking about it.
Okay.
This
It's
morning
loading.
we're doing this.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a chat message now. I've only got this tied into the Sage system. It's not tied into the faction chat yet. But so, and I don't know why it's saying
I got a
this. There's
stream
bug right
fail.
on
Yeah.
there.
Stream is broken. Yeah. You will need to start streaming again, Jim.
Me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will
Classic
work.
live demo.
Classic. You see it?
Yeah, we see it now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, chat notification. I gotta. So what I was trying to say before is like this is only tied into Sage right now, but like, so there's a new welcome message. So when a player connects, Sage gets noticed that you're connected, and it sends you a message. I'll show you kind of how that works, but just real quick, because this is not tied into faction. Well, why is it saying Sage is not connected? Okay, hope I didn't have something broken here. Let's
I think
just do
it's
a
not
reset.
showing for a lot of people, Jim.
Yeah, it
Still.
keeps saying
I can
pause
see it.
the resources to save your.
Maybe just if we turn the cameras off, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Did it
That's
just
right.
did it just come back?
It's not working to me
I
at
can
Works
least.
see
for
it.
me. Show me,
Yeah,
and
it
I'll
works
just
for
I'll
me as
just
well.
Well, did
People
you
in
see
the chat
this?
say it doesn't
Look
work.
at that.
You see the banner happen. So Sage just responded to the new player here, and so a little banner shows up. The chat. There's a little thing that's going to say new, and it's going to highlight just like the quest. So then you can click over, see Sage there, and then for example, and this will disappear after 30 seconds here. And I don't know if we can record this and show this out. I don't know why it keeps saying that, but I'll just do another like whatever. So one of the things we've been working on with Sage is understanding the quests. So like what is the I don't know if I'll even answer this right. Getting started quest line. So it can help players do that. So I'm gonna send this message and then I'm gonna close this chat real quick and say again, sorry if you can't see this, but I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna send the message, close the chat. Now we're waiting for Sage to respond. Once she responds through the chat, we'll see her response up here as a banner notification. You guys see that?
Yep,
Yep.
I see
Yep.
it.
We don't see
Yeah.
the stream. I don't see anything.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't get to see it,
I'm sad.
Santi. Sorry.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys are second-class citizens. It's okay.
Yep.
Ah,
So, and then ultimately, this is gonna like again be tied to the faction chat, be tied to any other kind of notification alert that we want, and it'll rotate messages they come in, and then you click it, it'll take you right to the correct UI area to handle that notification. Um, so we'll have the notifications that pop up here, but then we'll also have that banner that slides down and lets people see. So I could try one more time to stop sharing and stream again, but that might work.
Let's see it.
Okay, it's
one
probably
last
just the
try.
fact that. Well, it's also like I've got tons of IDEs and I'm running all of the Starcom stuff locally, and it's just I'm a developer, so I got a lot of stuff running, and so maybe Discord is like, no, we don't like this.
I actually think that would be enough for combat, especially if it had like a little sound that came with it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try here. I'll just do a refresh just to see what happens. Again, Santi, are you able to see this stream?
I am not.
I don't know what it
Loading.
is.
Nobody
But
sees this in the chat.
Yeah. I could see it before and then you closed and restarted. Now I can't see it.
I don't know what
Discord.
it. Stupid
All right.
Discord. Okay.
All right.
Well, sorry. I'll take a screenshot of it here so people can see it.
Yeah,
I'll post it
I
here.
shared a few screenshots.
You guys can use your imagination. Yeah, Bohemian. That's right. You can describe it, Jim, and we'll close our eyes and imagine how it looks.
Yeah, good. It looks beautiful. But I'll stop sharing my screen here now that it doesn't, especially since it's not working.
All right. I think we're good to close here. We're over 20 minutes over. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize.
Nice. Time
I
flies.
didn't even realize. Yeah. Time flies. So yeah, thank you, Jim, for sharing in the chat. And I'm sure we will do a part 2 for this. So we'll get you guys on stage again. Hopefully for part 2, Oni is dominating. That's what I'm hoping. Commander NDR, lead us to glory, my friend. For the Onis.
Or the
For
We
Oni.
are
the
coming.
Onis.
We are coming.
No chance. Gustor is going to destroy.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah.
Mud has the developer on the team.
I think this was amazing. I think this brew actually captures the vibe of how Holosim is being developed. Live feedback from the community developers on stage, literally making changes as people speak. That's the vibe for Holosim. We test stuff. We see what community likes, what they don't, and Exco leading the way there, and the whole Holosim team changes stuff in real time. So if you guys want to be ready for C4, or want to start understanding combat, and also want to have fun, I highly recommend getting in the Holosim client right now, getting started, trying to help your factions out there, because it's really fun and it makes a difference. So highly recommend getting in there. Jose, anything from your end, brother, before we close here?
No, I just wanted to give a shout out to the community, especially the guys grinding the Holosync channel, Larry Jindo, NDR, everyone involved in Holosync, making it the fun, the thrill that it is right now. And yeah, man, Holosync is only getting better. Every day something new pops up. And you guys are still super early. Like, I invite everyone to come test. Uh, we are squashing the bugs. The game is improving daily. And by the time we launch the real thing, man, it's going to be a blast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, NDR, Jindo, and Lerinor, for joining us on stage. I love it. I love the
Of course.
committee banter.
Happy to be here.
And thank you for sharing your feedback as well.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Well, tomorrow if you join the Builder Hour, and Friday if you join the Gala Game Night. But thank you, everyone, and we'll see you around. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Thank you.